You know, in the high-stakes world of elite football, there are few things that get people talking like a massive nine-figure price tag on a rising star. And today, we're diving into the story of one of the hottest young talents on the planet, Juventus's Kenan Yıldız.
Yep, 100 million euros. I mean, let that sink in for a second. That's the absolutely staggering, non-negotiable asking price Juventus has reportedly slapped on their 20-year-old phenom. A number like that puts him in the most elite company in the transfer market.
And that really brings us to the big question we're going to tackle here. How on earth did a player who was in a youth academy just a couple of years ago suddenly command that kind of valuation? And maybe more importantly, why are some of the biggest, richest clubs in the world actually thinking about paying it?
What we're really looking at here is the start of a massive transfer war. The price? One of the brightest prospects in all of football. And the price to even get a seat at the table? It's astronomical. So let's break down what exactly makes Kenan Yıldız a 100 million euro player.
Okay, so to really understand that price tag, you have to understand the player. And Yildiz, well, he's not your typical winger or attacking midfielder. He's something new, something more.
He's what a lot of scouts are calling a modern hybrid creator. So what does that actually mean? It means he's got all the silky skills, the close control, and the creative vision of an old-school number 10. But, and this is the key, he's also 6'1" with a powerful frame he uses to just bully defenders off the ball, and he works his tail off to press and win it back. It's this incredible blend of silk and steel that is just so rare.
And look, this isn't just some media hype. We're talking about his own coach, Luciano Spalletti, the guy who turned Khvicha Kvaratskhelia into a global superstar at Napoli. He sees that same kind of generational talent in Yildiz. When a manager of that caliber says something like that, you better believe the whole world pays attention.
And yeah, the stats, they absolutely back up all this talk. In just over 1,700 minutes of play this season, he's been directly involved in 16 goals across all competitions. That's a goal or an assist roughly every 106 minutes. That's an elite level of production for any player, let alone a 20-year-old.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting. If we dig a little deeper, you can see he's not just scoring, he's an incredible finisher. In Serie A, he scored 4 goals from chances that statistically should have only resulted in about 2.5. This stat, expected goals or XG, it basically measures the quality of a chance. So outperforming it by this much, that's a huge sign of an elite finisher, someone who can literally create a goal out of thin air.
So you might be thinking, how did he get here so fast? Well, let me tell you, his journey from academy kid to a 100 million euro player was no accident. It was a series of incredibly smart and calculated moves. I mean, just look at this trajectory. It's insane. In 2022, he makes the gutsy call to leave Bayern Munich's world-famous academy. 1 year later, he's already broken into the Juventus first team. And then by 2024, at just 19 years old, they hand him the legendary number 10 shirt. We're talking about the jersey worn by guys like Del Piero and Baggio. That's a meteoric rise.
And you can hear that ambition in his own words. He said he left Bayern because Juventus showed him the best sporting project ever. He saw a clearer, faster path to the very top, and he just went for it. That's a level of maturity and strategic thinking you just don't see in most teenagers.
But you know, with that kind of incredible success comes a new problem, a big one. It's led directly to the conflict that's basically opened the door for this whole transfer saga. Because his value has exploded and, well, so have his salary demands.
And this right here, this is the heart of the standoff. Right now, he's earning about 1.5 million euros a year, but his agents are demanding a new deal worth somewhere between 5 and 6 million. That's a huge gap, and right now, the talks have completely stalled. Now, to give you some context for that number, Juve's top striker, Dusan Vlahovic, makes 12 million a year. So while Yildiz isn't asking for Vlahovic money, a 6 million euro salary would instantly make him one of the highest paid players at the club. And you can see why Juventus is a little hesitant to do that, because it could throw their whole wage structure out of whack.
So publicly, the club is trying to play it cool. You have the club legend Giorgio Chiellini basically saying, everybody just calm down, we'll figure it out. But you know that behind the scenes, this standoff is creating a ton of pressure because the sharks are circling.
This whole contract dispute is the catalyst. It's like blood in the water. It's turned Yildiz from being a long-term project for Juventus into an immediate target on the open market.
This is the moment Europe's biggest clubs have been waiting for.
And we're not talking about just any clubs. The list of suitors is basically a who's who of European royalty. Arsenal has reportedly made real contact because they see him as the perfect goal-scoring threat they need on the left. Chelsea, who love buying up the world's best young talent, already had a huge bid rejected. And maybe the biggest tell of all, Real Madrid is keeping a close eye on him as a potential long-term heir to a global superstar like Vinicius Jr. So, it all comes back to that €100 million question, doesn't it? Does Juventus take a huge risk, possibly wreck their wage structure to lock down a generational talent they helped build? Or will the financial firepower of a club like Arsenal, Chelsea, or Real Madrid just be too much to resist, letting them snatch up football's next megastar?